Hi, my name is Dr. Matthew Lepp from Salus Chiropractic Studio. Today I want to talk to you about an exciting new concept called reorganizational healing and how it pertains to health and well-being. Before we get there, I want to talk about our current level of health and our current state of healthcare. And then I want to talk about where we're headed and how I believe reorganizational healing can help anyone to create sustainable changes in any aspect of their life. So what is health exactly? You may have heard people say, I feel sick. You may have said it yourself. And what does that mean? You have a headache? You feel indigestion? You may have said it when you had food poisoning. If you've ever had food poisoning, you know that that food wants to get out of your body any way possible, as quickly as possible. But let's consider that food poisoning is actually a toxin in our body. Our body recognizes that there's a foreign substance that shouldn't be there, and it tries to get rid of it any way it can. So let's consider if your body wasn't responding appropriately, would it be healthy or would it be sick? The truth is that our bodies are healthy when they recognize that something isn't supposed to be there and try to eliminate it. Now, in contrast, if you take an aspirin because you have a headache and the headache goes away, does that mean you're healthy now? Or does it just mean that you've covered up another issue? At the same time, you probably know people who have cancer, have had heart disease, or maybe even have had strokes. And they probably had no prior symptoms to these before they were diagnosed. So again, I say, it's not necessarily how you feel, maybe it's how you feel about how you feel. Let's look at one definition of health. The physician's desk reference says that health is a state categorized by anatomical, physiological, and psychological integrity. It's the ability to perform personally valued family, work, and community roles, the ability to deal with physical, biological, psychological, and social stress, or a feeling of well-being and freedom from the risk of disease and untimely death. So why would the physician's desk reference be concerned with health when it's trying to treat disease? And if you're not familiar with the physician's desk reference, what it actually is, it's a book that categorizes all the different medications and pharmaceutical agents that have been created and also what they treat. Now, the reason I believe the physician's desk reference makes this outstanding definition of health is because for everything that's not in integrity or everything that's not working as effectively as it might, they can potentially make a pharmaceutical agent for that. Now, I also believe that we can achieve these things naturally, and I want to talk about how that's possible. But let's take a look at our current state of healthcare. Right now, there are 45 million people uninsured. We currently spend more than $2 trillion on healthcare, almost as much as the entire gross domestic product of the United Kingdom and Italy, and more than the gross domestic product of Brazil. We spend $1 trillion of that on lifestyle-related disease, so that means that the choices that people are making in their everyday lives are leading to things like diabetes, cancer, hypertension, mental disorders, and heart disease to the tune of over $1 trillion. And that number is expected to rise to $6 trillion by the year 2050. Last but not least, we're ranked 37th in overall health and 30th in infant mortality. So you can see our current state of healthcare doesn't comply at all with that definition of health that we talked about earlier. It's basically incomplete.